What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and in this particular video, I'm going to be continuing my Overpower Level 8 Sniper Zer0 playthrough. We've made it here to the Wildlife Exploitation Preserve, and we're going to be going through it. Now, looks like we got a couple rabid skags in this particular area, so I'm going to go ahead and use my deception and execute to get past those little suckers. We're just on our way up to Mordecai here. This is a quite lengthy map and quest, so I will be trying to skip certain portions of this particular quest that are indeed skippable. Now, this particular map is pretty cool because it has a wide and varied amount of enemies, which are pretty neat and stuff. So we'll see how we do. This particular quest may be a little bit difficult at times. We can run into situations where damage over time is abundant, as well as certain difficult configurations of possible enemy spawns that may be heavy on rabbits or damage over time sprayers like the ultimate badass skags or angelic loaders or something like that. So there are a lot of things that can go wrong in this particular quest, and we'll see how we do. I've never played through this before with Sniper Zer0. This particular portion of the quest is something that I don't appreciate at all. I really never, ever like any quest in any game where it asks you to injure enemies without killing them. I think that that is a ridiculous game mechanic that is very overused, even though it's not used that often. Anytime if it was only used once, if this was the only time it was ever used in gaming, it would be overused. I find it to be a little bit ridiculous, and I really don't like it. And it's hard to actually injure these enemies without killing them. Luckily, if we just kill enough of them, the door will eventually open. So maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. How can you not go for the kill when you're playing Sniper Zer0? I guess I could stop shooting them, but it's so fun to shoot them. I don't like when enemies spawn up here and stuff like that. That is something I find to be a little bit irritating as well. Enemies shouldn't spawn that far away from you and then just hide like that. But I don't know. Maybe some people like that. I can't imagine why. But it's irritating to me. Go ahead and try to kill this dude here before he kills me. Excellent. So we're doing okay right now. Eventually, these enemies are just going to all die, and then the door will open for us. So who knows if this is better than just crippling them, but because I hate quote-unquote crippling them so much, I'm just going to kill them. It really irritates me that they would put that in the game. That's one of my least favorite parts of the story, to be honest with you. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that concept. Good old damage over time is always welcome from surveyors and other enemies. Cool. So I've got my follow-through bonus active, my killer, and more importantly, not killer, but grim bonus active, which will help me not only run faster, but have my shield recharging, which will help us get through these areas a little bit easier and without trouble. Usually there's something that spawns in that door, but not this time, so we're just going to move on into the Skag area. Now, like I said, there's several areas of this map that we can actually skip and stuff, and we're getting to one of the first skips in just a moment. There's my Fire Pimpernel. There's one of those damage over time spamming skags that I was talking about as well. So up here in this little section of the map, it doesn't save you too much time. It's the difference in going from... Where is it? Where am I? It's the difference from going here to here instead of going all the way through this. So it's not going to save that much time, but it does save a little bit of time, and it's a little skip that I do like to take. So we'll try it. It can be a little bit difficult to actually execute because you have to get a good jump, and sometimes with the enemies being the way they are, it may be difficult for you to actually get that jump to work for you. So hopefully we're able to do it. A lack of rabid skags and rabid stalkers and rabid rack, or badass rack, will help us during this little part. So I like to get up in that little area there. It actually happened there that a Stalker spine actually helped us get up here, and it just saves you a little bit of time and fighting through a few enemies. So, big deal, but it gets us to this a little bit quicker. And now that we are here, we have to actually fight through a staged little portion of enemies here, including several loaders and also Stalkers as well. And so as we work through these, you'll see what I'm talking about. There is going to be a badass Stalker that spawns, as well as a badass loader. And a number of small loaders. Hopefully we don't get too many angelic loaders. I'm really not a fan of those, but I think there's at least one guaranteed to spawn in here, or at least that is my experience with it. I could be wrong. Cool. We are going to have to kill these Stalkers eventually, so I'll try. I don't have a shock pimpernel attached, which may have been a mistake for this particular section. I need to get that guy slagged, and we'll get his shield down with our kunai, and now we'll be able to kill that guy. Wasted all of our critical ascension stacks during that portion. That was poor form, but not a big deal. As we kill all of these things here, there will eventually be a ultimate badass Stalker that spawns, and once we kill him, that will cause the ultimate badass loader to spawn, and then we can go through this area. Go ahead and knock this loader down, since he's not concentrating on the Stalker, which I would have liked him to do. Excellent. So now a couple more gun loaders will come down, and then the badass Stalker will appear. I'm not exactly sure where the badass Stalker comes from. He just kind of appears, I think. We could probably use deception now and find out where he's coming from. There he is. So while he is actually concentrating on those loaders, I do want to kill him. Looks like we were able to get a good critical hit on him. Because he is so large, it is actually kind of easier to hit critical hits on him than it is some of the smaller Stalkers, especially rabid Stalkers at times, I've noticed. We'll try to get critical hits on this guy here before he does a lot of damage to us. We definitely need those transfusion trails, but for whatever reason, they decided that they didn't want to come to us. Luckily, that gun loader was committed to throwing a grenade before shooting, and so that worked out, and the other one being a power loader worked out as well. Excellent. So now we are really low on ammo and grenades, but there are a lot of ammo boxes in here for us, and we should be good. I am actually going to need several grenades, most likely, for the next skip, which is going to be after we check on Bloodwing's cell here. So, I'm going to pop those two chests real quick and then run in here and open this box as well and this thing here, just to see if we can't find any grenade ammo. Now, obviously, if I had the Doctor's Orders quest active, we may end up finding several loot midgets in there, which are often really handy for finding rare gear. Now, I'm definitely going to have enough grenades. It'll just be a question of whether or not I can actually execute the grenade jump. Being that we have a ultimate badass shock Skag there is definitely something that I am going to have to watch out for. Now, I'm having a little bit of trouble in my head right now, wrapping my brain around how I'm actually going to kill Bloodwing. I've never faced Bloodwing before with Sniper Zer0, and I'm really worried about the potential damage over time from her. However, I know that my only elemental resistance shields are actually the B, and I guess I also have a grounded Hide of Terramorphous. And so I'm really worried about that because I didn't really want to use the B in this particular series, but I'm thinking I might use it here for Bloodwing because the damage over time is what I'm most worried about, not actually dealing damage to her. I'll decide that as we get closer to Bloodwing, I guess. Looks like there's a rabid Stalker back there, or at least one of them corrosive ones, which act like, 60% powerful rabid Stalkers, and we'll just leave those behind with our deception. So, now I'm going to go ahead and unequip my grenade here for a skip that actually saves a little bit more time, especially if you're able to get it the first time in this next area. Without this skip, we would have to kill a number of Skags, and I think you have to kill at least one ultimate badass Skag, which isn't too difficult because they're actually fairly easy to get critical hits on and stuff. But if we're able to hit this grenade jump, which we did, just barely. That was good stuff there. It gets us into Bloodwing a little bit quicker. So, I'm going to go ahead and reattach that, and then we'll just jump down here. So, I think there's a way to actually get straight into Bloodwing's lair there, but I'm not exactly sure what that is. So I'm just going to jump here and get ready to kill these guys. Now, it's not necessary to kill any of these dudes, actually, but killing them will make it a little bit safer for us, so I might just kill them. Usually I run through this area with a follow-through bonus, so I'm a little bit unsure as to how difficult or not difficult these enemies might be. So, I don't know. I've seen some really tough enemy spawn configurations in this particular area, so I don't want to get overextended by any means. See what I mean? You can definitely get a fair amount of enemies in this area, so it's something to watch out for, I guess. Ooh, my arm is going completely numb. Ooh, and we got a ultimate back there as well. I've noticed that ultimate spawns in this particular area are quite prevalent, so it's something to watch out for, definitely. Go ahead and finish that guy off. That guy has a slag damage slag doesn't cause damage over time, but he has a slag elemental gun, which will definitely encourage us to take more damage, so we want to kill him before dealing with the ultimate, I would say. Now the ultimate is going to be back there. See if we can't get slag on him, and then knock at least one of his arms off here with the corrosive pimpernel before finishing him off. So that was good stuff. By creating distance between myself and that ultimate badass, we were able to take that guy out very, very quickly, and that was good stuff. Cool. So the first of these rooms worked through without too much trouble. Not incredibly hurting for ammo, but I know that we are going to have to fight Bloodwing in a bit, so it just makes sense to me to grab a little bit of ammo if it's available before progressing forward. Cool. We'll pop this box as well. I'll throw a grenade before I do that, just so it may be weighted with grenades. Perfect. By throwing a grenade there, and that got me down to 4 grenades, the game is actually going to weight grenade drops a little bit. I know there is a barrel right there that's gotten me before, so I'm going to go ahead and blow that up. Wow, another badass variant. Like I said, the spawn configurations in this particular section of the map can get a little bit chaotic, so watch out for that. I like it when the loaders stand right on top of each other like that. Makes them boar bait. Nice. I really don't like those angelic loaders, so I was happy to see him standing right on top of another enemy there. Oop, shock damage over time enemy. We're going to wait for our deception to kill this dude. Excellent. Ooh, corrosive damage over time guy. Luckily, we have Grim active, and it should protect me here. I'm hoping. Okay, so that was very, very, very close. Keep slag up on this guy. Try not to catch a corrosive damage over time. Switch to the corrosive pimpernel, and try to get a critical hit on that dude. That was bad news. He had double corrosive damage over time guns there, and we definitely could have bit the dust. That would have been bad news all the way around. Alright, so we got one more gun loader to kill here, and then it looks like we'll have a fairly straight path to Bloodwing with maybe 1 or 2 more enemies going to spawn on us. Or maybe that was it completely. There may be an enemy that pops out this door. We'll see. Alright. Gonna go ahead and get grenades before we travel into Bloodwing's area. Again, lowering myself to 4 grenades made the game weight grenade drops for me. I do have 87 rounds of sniper ammunition, which should be plenty, but if there's going to be another one laying around in a chest or something over here, or a locker, I think it would be good to grab it because I've never faced Bloodwing before with Sniper Zer0, and it's something that I want to be at least prepared for. Alright, game's not feeling too generous with the sniper ammo, but not a big deal. Now, I know the first stage is fire. I think it goes fire, shock, corrosive. And I really don't want to catch a damage over time and die to damage over time, but I'm going to not use the B for at least the time being, and we'll see what happens. I know that this boss fight can be a little bit tricky, so we'll see what happens. Here's where Bloodwing is going to spawn in.
I've been doing some really interesting iridium experiments with her. Hate to see her go, but heck with you.
I'm worried about this, guys. I don't want to catch this fire damage over time and die here. Unfortunately, the game is going to make me wait out this little portion here where Bloodwing flies around and they have some dialogue. I really don't want to catch this fire damage over time, but I also don't want to use the B. What a bad situation I'm in. Since she is going to be fire, I'm going to go ahead and equip a Shock Lyuda and a Shock Pimpernel because I think that that will be the best way to take her out. This is irritating me right now. I don't know how difficult this is going to be.
Do what you can to save her, but if you can't, she's got what we need to get into Control Core Angel and grab the vault key. That's what matters here.
And there are also little ads that spawn at different times as well, so this may be tough. Here she's going to come get lit on fire, and we'll have to make appropriate use of our deception probably in order to protect ourselves, because her claw dive is going to be an immediate ooh. See what I mean about that fire damage over time? Alright, so I definitely need my fire stuff again. I'll go ahead and put the Fire Pimp on and the Fire Bone of the Ancients. I am low on health. I think I'm just above health gate. Is that correct? Yeah, it looks like it. I'm worried about this, guys. I don't want to die here. Been going well so far. I'll throw on the Gromke Lyuda as well. I do believe that Bloodwing can be slagged, and so that's pretty cool. Oh, that was almost bad news. Alright, so trying to hit her here with a... oh wow, that is ridiculous. That almost killed me right there. Oh, that was bad. Alright, so, alright, she is going into her corrosive stage now, which is definitely good. I want to kill these little suckers. Oh, thankfully the game didn't apply a large corrosive damage over time to me there. Okay, good. We made it through the Bloodwing section. I was really worried about that. You guys could probably tell. I was very, very nervous. Never fought her before with Sniper Zer0, so I didn't know how difficult that was going to be. Probably not as hard as the bunker section is going to be. The bunker fight is just going to be impossible with Sniper Zer0, I imagine. Anywho, we're going to go ahead and get that there, and unfortunately Bloodwing is going to perish here, which is a shame, but, you know, it was definitely good plot progression, and when this happened, I really wasn't expecting that, and it actually did piss me off quite a bit. So, I shared Mordecai's rage here and everything like that, and this just made it, you know, even more imperative to actually go kill Jack and stuff. So now we're on our way out of the Wildlife Exploitation Preserve. Did okay for the first time I've played through it with Sniper Zer0, I'd say. I was able to get the waterfall skip on like my second try, I think, and I was actually able to get the grenade jump in the Skag area right before the Hyperion Halls on my first try, and so that actually worked out really well. So you can actually run into some trouble in this next area because they have this whole kind of scripted scene going on where Mordecai kills all these loaders and stuff with some ridiculous sniper rifle. But these loaders are still very capable of killing you, and so will be the Skags or Stalkers rather, that I actually left alive. So that'll be something to definitely watch out for. And I'm just going to use my Deception and Execute in particular to cover a lot of ground there and hopefully get me out of harm's way. Rabid Stalkers over there though, so we'll leave them to deal with my Deception, and then we'll be heading back to Sanctuary, so that's good stuff. Try to get to Sanctuary before these little things start biting me. Oh, that worked out well. Alright, so now we're here in Sanctuary, and we're going to go deliver this upgrade to Claptrap, and then turn in the quest. And so that should be good. Try to get a cool little grenade jump here. Excellent. I may or may not be able to get back over to the Crimson Raider area using grenade jumps. I'm going to try, just because. Ah, Claptrap, you know I can't give you a 5. I'm going to try one more time. This is definitely wasting my time instead of saving it, but it worked. Cool. So we're going to turn this in, and I think this is going to be the end of this episode after we take this note, at least to the start of 1,000 Cuts. I don't want to get into that whole brick section right now. I'm actually kind of tired, and I'm going to go to bed. As always, guys, I thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd appreciate that as well. We don't have access to 1,000 Cuts yet, so I'm going to travel to the Highlands Hyperion Bridge, and I don't know if it's quicker to get a car here or to grenade jump, but I only have 2 grenades, so I think I'm just going to get a car. Being that we're going such a short distance, having the catapult technical wasn't going to help us there. So, like I said, I'm going to cut the episode off here, guys. I do appreciate you watching, and I do hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys.